Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in with us today. Welcome as usual to Lolo, Montana, Dunrovin Ranch. It's a balmy 48,
50.
50 degrees, and I have to tell you that look at this, 50 degrees. It feels like it's 80, 85. Anyway, as promised, I'm here with Chase Medeiros. Say hi.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
You've seen him around. He's doing a fantastic job fixing the place up for the summer, and he's working really quickly. I'm having a hard time maintaining a list for him to do. But I know that you guys can point out things that need fixing, and I'll add it to Chase's list. And
Add to my list.
add to his list, and he'll get right on it. Bobcat was here yesterday, which was really fun. She brought jam and marshmallows, which accompanied her hot cocoa that we got in the mail. Thank you, Bobcat. What else? I'll catch you up on Augie. His right fetlock
Right, yeah.
and pastern remain swollen, and he's clearly lame. Um, so I'm going to try to ice it and see if that helps. Tomorrow, though, if he's not better, I think we should probably call the vet in, and he'll probably. I bet he'll want us to wrap it and keep him quiet. So we'll let you know about that. Doc's leg cleared up overnight. He just tweaked something. Horses will be back next week. I'll fill you in on that on the chat. Brienne's watching over there, and she's texting with you, chatting with you. If you have questions, comments, snarky remarks, go ahead and put them in the chat. And then toward the end, Jake will relay them to us, and we will address your issues. That's all I can think of right now. So Chase works at Paws Up in the summer. He's a wrangler there. And he ropes a little bit, and he promised to show me how. I will say that 28 years ago, God, I'm still alive, everyone. 28 years ago, someone taught me to rope, and I threw out my shoulder immediately. So I will try, but if I fall to the ground screaming in pain, that's when the lesson stops.
That'll do it.
And he might, we were hoping we could rope something alive, and it'll probably be me. So toward the end, we'll see.
Donkeys might not like it.
Yeah, the donkeys wouldn't like it. And he almost killed me with a mouse trap about 5 minutes ago. So I don't know if I'm going to let him rope me or not.
I'm getting a little warm. It is getting to be 80.
You know, 50 degrees used to.
Summer.
It's summer. All right, so Chase is going to show us the parts of the rope, talk about that it's not just any old rope, and how we hold it, and a couple different throws, and then he's going to do his best to catch this wild steer. Deal?
All right, deal. All right. Sounds good. So first off, we've got the lasso, the rope. This one I just picked up maybe 4 days ago at Murdoch's, $40. It's about a 30-foot rope. On your left, you've got, or on my left, sorry, I've got the coils. In my right hand, I've got the loop right here. And then this piece right here, this little loop with that leather piece on the top, that's called the Honda. That's just a permanent knot that's tied in the rope when you buy one. And then the last piece of the rope you need to know is the distance between the Honda and where you're holding it is the spoke. So this, from here to my hand, this two-strand piece of rope, that's the spoke. Besides that, those are the three main pieces of the rope that you gotta know.
Easy.
Yeah, pretty simple.
So this is really stiff.
Yes.
Now,
yeah.
So is this like waxed rope or what?
It's mostly synthetic.
Okay.
Beyond what else is in it, I'm actually not too sure.
Mm-hmm.
They do them all handmade mostly.
Okay.
There are some companies that do them with a machine.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, the handmade ones are a little bit more straightforward and simple.
Okay.
They make different stiffnesses for different reasons.
Okay.
I prefer one that's like kind of right in the middle.
Yeah, because if you had to tie off a cow with this is too stiff.
Well,
So is that a
you wouldn't tie off with this.
okay,
This is once you catch your steer,
right,
in your, theoretically you're on a horse, and so
right.
now you take this end with your reins in your left hand and your coils. You take this end and you dally it off on your saddle horn.
Okay. So it's
So
not too stiff to do that.
no, you're
Okay.
not tying it or anything.
Right,
You just wrap it around.
right. Okay.
When you are actually tying off a steer or any kind of livestock, they have a much shorter rope, a little bit thinner, a
Okay.
lot looser.
Okay. Good to know. And well, I was actually at Murdoch's somewhere a couple days ago, and they had fun. They had kids rope. They had a blue one
Oh yeah,
and a
yeah.
pink one
They're like
though,
eight
which
feet
was pretty
long.
cool. Yes, for the girls.
Yeah.
Okay. So you learned how to rope by doing it.
I picked one up one day at work, and after hours I just was doing this
Hmm.
right here, and
And
then eventually transitioned into some moving things.
okay, very cool. So, and you have different throws which you can show us.
Yeah, there's a couple different basic ones, and then just some like trick ones that I like to practice.
Okay.
Not super great at, but like to just practice them.
Have you seen the Buck Brannaman
Oh yeah.
documentary when he
Yeah.
was a little kid and his
Yep.
brother had to do
That guy is extremely talented,
extremely talented.
very well versed in horsemanship and roping both.
Yeah. All
But,
right.
he's actually got a DVD that my boss at Paws Up recommended. I've yet to get it, but it's just Buck Brannaman roping, and
Oh.
he does. I think he's got like three different specials on it, and they're each a couple hours long.
Oh, cool.
But she's been practicing through that, and she just recommended that I take a look at
Sounds
it.
like
So
fun.
one of these days I'll have to.
Sounds like fun. I also what was I gonna say? Oh, speaking of your boss and DVDs, he's kind of upset that I haven't seen Lonesome
Oh
Dove.
yeah, come on
So
now.
so he's loaning me
I mean, I'd say you
countless
should read
hours.
it first, but I mean that'll take you all year because there's four of them and they're like this big.
Yeah.
So let's just watch
yeah. Okay, just watch. So I will do that.
it.
I will do that. All right. Let's talk. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna step aside. Well, you can still talk.
Okay. So when you first start, you're gonna have all of your coils in your left hand. You've got a small loop in your right. Now, a lot of first questions that I get are how big that loop should be. Different for everybody based on height, but really
Oh, based on your height.
well, yes, yeah, based on the roper's height.
Okay.
So first thing is to get more rope. So drop the most inner coil to you, drop that out, and now you get that kink. So you get rid of that. You take that loop in your right hand and just flip it towards you, and now that's freed that coil there. I'll do that one more time. So we've got ourselves kind of a small loop. We want to drop another coil so we can get more distance between us and our coils.
Mhm.
So drop that most inner one. And now I already got that kink out, so let me just drop one more. And then I flip my loop over behind me.
Okay.
And you can extend that Honda out a little bit.
Okay.
Now, like I said, the loop is different for everybody. For me, I'm about 5'11". When I hang my arm out, I want to have that loop almost touching the ground. So this needs to be going a little bit more.
So it's not the size of your target.
Nope. Nope.
So if you're on a horse, though.
If you're on a horse, I mean, you've practiced on the ground. You just kind of know
Okay.
where, like, how big your
Okay.
loop should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, even more. And like that's looking pretty good for me.
Wow.
Some people think like just in their head, smaller, safer, and easier. Wrong. I mean, it's bigger. Now once you learn the throw and the toss and everything, it's a bigger target. It makes it a little bit easier. The next thing, once you've got your loop the size that you need it to be, you need to figure out what distance you want that spoke to be. Again, the spoke is a distance between the Honda and where your hand is holding the loop and the rest of the rope. So a good reference would be to take that Honda in your left hand and then pull your right hand all the way out to your shoulder. So now that is my spoke right there. Again, it's different for everybody. Nothing's gonna be the same.
You pretty much know where it is at this point, right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I don't. If I'm like really trying to practice, you'll see me just every now and then do that just to kind of refamiliarize with it. But that's what I'm looking at right now. Basic overhand toss is what everybody usually starts with, and that's just kind of standing off to the left behind your steer. Bring it out to the right of you, and bring it towards the left and right over the head. A lot of people's first try, they'll end up just getting wrapped up in themselves.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. It happens to everybody. It's Still happens to me.
I see how you're opening your hand when.
Yep. The main thing here is keep your elbow, your right elbow right here,
Uh-huh.
at pretty much 90 degrees the whole time.
Okay.
Not a whole lot in the shoulder. It's really all on the wrist and
Okay.
your hands. So
Okay.
as I'm bringing it over my head, my hand is kind of palm up and allowing it to flip over on
Okay.
itself. Whereas if I don't, it just kind of figure eights like that.
Yes.
You see how that's happening?
Yes.
And then when I go to throw it, it's gonna be all kinked
flat.
up on
Yeah.
itself.
Okay.
So to avoid that, you have to kind of keep an open palm
Mm-hmm.
and let it kind of flip over on itself. You kind of have to loosen the fingers. I've heard a lot of different people explain when to throw it and how to throw it in different ways. I've used the analogy, or I learned from the analogy, throw it like a baseball.
Okay.
So you've got your loop behind you, and that's when you get ready to throw it. So I've got my loop. I've got everything all ready to go.
Great sound.
Once that loop is behind me, I just simply throw it forward.
Right.
And I got a horner.
Like a.
Half a steer.
So that's called a horner.
That's what I've always called it.
So you want to release when your hand is pointing at your target.
Exactly. Yeah. So you start your throw when that loop is behind you,
Mm-hmm.
and you bring it forward with the momentum of that loop coming around counterclockwise, and just release your hand once that loop is in front of you. It's really one of those things.
Do you throw it or do you just let it go?
I mean, if you're real close, you don't really need to throw it.
Okay.
If you need to gain a little distance, you will throw it. It's really all kind of dependent on the situation.
Practice, in other words.
It's definitely one of those things that requires some muscle memory. Everybody's first try, I mean, I guess everybody's different, but
right.
I see a lot where people they'll get it and they'll understand it and they'll get at it first try. Some people, it just takes a little bit of practice. Like they'll try for an hour one day, come back the next day, and now they can do it.
And you teach people at Pause Up to do. You teach guests.
I do. Yeah.
I can tell you've taught this before.
I did a couple times. Yeah. The overhand throw, I'm not very good at it. I don't know why. I've spent more time playing with the next one that I'll show you guys.
Show me. Was it the hula?
The hula hand, yeah.
The hula hand. Okay.
To my knowledge, it originated in Montana by an old cowboy who needed to find a better way to catch horses. He was kind of sick of the overhand because, as you might have seen from when I was just throwing it, it throws relatively low. It's meant to catch cows. Horses, they're a little bit taller than cows. They've got taller necks. A lot of the time, their heads might be up and running around. And so this old cowboy, he got to thinking and did it stationary at first. And this is a little bit different than the overhand. There's not any swing in it. It's all just one fluent motion. You start off with a loop almost twice the size of what you would have for the overhand. And you would want like at least a 60-foot rope for this. And like I said, I just bought this one yesterday. My old rope kind of kinked up on me, and it's just kind of retired now. It's a wall piece.
Now it's decor.
Exactly. So this one is not as long as I would want it to be for the hula hand, but let's go ahead and pretend we've got ourselves a nice tall horse here.
Okay.
Standing back at least 30 feet from it. Let's just use our imagination.
Okay.
Again, we want almost twice the size of a loop.
Okay.
It really all depends on distance on this one. This one, like you asked earlier, for the overhand, if you want a bigger loop for different distances and different size animals, this one does. And once you start to learn, like if I wanted to get from here over towards the truck over there, which is, what would you say, 60 feet over there? Yeah. Then I'd have one heck of a good size loop.
Right.
But for here, I'm just going to take a couple steps back away from that steer. And now I'm going to get rid of that kink in my coil, flipping it back over behind me. And then get my spoke. Start on the off side of my body like this. And again, there's no swing in it. This is just one fluid motion. Over and around like that.
Nice.
Halos right down on top of them.
Nice.
I like this one. This one's one of my favorites. I've yet to try it on horseback. There's doing it in that one motion on horseback. I've seen it done. It's cool.
I bet it's cool.
It's real cool to see somebody do that. There is a way to actually wind it up and be able to swing it first.
Yes, right.
I'll show you that. This one takes a little bit more practice, I believe, than the overhand. So we'll get a nice good sized loop again. Get my spoke. And now just like I started before, on the off side of my body, but I'm not going to throw it. this one is now going clockwise as I'm swinging it.
Right.
If you
Oh,
think back to
yeah,
when I
yeah,
had my
yeah.
left hand, it was
That's
going
right.
counterclockwise.
That's right.
So it's the same thing as I was doing with just that with the hula hand initially, but now I'm able to kind of think about my throw more.
Interesting.
Personally, I don't feel as though I can get as much distance because now I'm not able to like put my hips into it.
No, yeah, it's almost like using your left hand on something. You're not quite okay.
Almost. Yeah. And now I'm able to kind of think about it a little bit more. And this throw, it just because I'm swinging it clockwise rather, it's able to go higher. Just the way it releases, it kind of comes up into the air and then down and halos on top of your target.
Okay.
So, we'll try that one again.
That was the horse's fault.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The horse ran away.
The horse ran away. You know, I know in a lot of cultures, and when I was in Mongolia, how they caught the horses to ride that day. They had a long stick.
Really?
Long, like almost halfway to Brie, with a loop at the end.
Huh.
And that's how they caught them.
Snare them.
Snare them. Yeah.
I spent some time in Hawaii this winter working on a pig farm.
Yeah.
And when you snare a pig, they make some noise. You like actually need hearing protection for it. It is loud.
Wow.
It really hurts.
You roped them?
No, but we would snare them with a little metal piece of the wire at the end and get the top part of their mouth. And that's how we would catch them to hog tie them.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well done.
Something that I personally need to work on when I'm on the ground is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but once I make my mark, I've been pulling back with my left hand. That's a big no-go.
That was a question of okay.
Because theoretically, once you're on a horse, this is your reins.
Yeah,
you're riding.
Oh, right.
So this hand should not be moving with your rope.
No.
This hand should be completely focused on your reins and your horse.
Right.
I didn't think about that when I first started teaching myself.
So now you have muscle memory.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now it's muscle memory, and every time that I do it, it's like when you dry fire a gun, you don't expect it, and you like that. Like, oh, that's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Something else that I had to keep in mind is just good rope management.
Yes.
If I'm not keeping my coils even and spaced out and kink free, anything that you try to do with a rope is just going to be messy.
Yes.
So every time that I throw it out, I like to make sure that I'm working with the rope. This likes to be wound up a certain way, just like a garden hose, right?
It does, yes.
So as I'm pulling it in, if I have to, I will throw those kinks out of the way.
Okay.
And then be able to raffle it up the way that it wants to be. What were you gonna ask? It looked like you had a question.
I did have a question. So you showed me one more thing.
Oh, the trick.
The trick with if you ride past your cow.
Okay. Well, this one's fun. So again, all done on horseback. This is when you're riding up on your steer. You are doing the overhand.
Mm-hmm.
And you maybe get a little overzealous, and now you pass your steer. You gotta switch it up into the hula hand and throw behind you.
Nice.
But I missed it. But that's ditch effort.
But it's cool.
But it's cool.
It looks cool.
When it works, it's cool. Yeah, I want to try that one more time.
Okay. So when you get past me, we can't hear you. So.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to get hit.
We're walking, riding past the steer. Switch to the hula hand. Oh.
That horse is smarter than you. That's cool.
But I think we get the idea on that one.
Okay. Nice. So I think that I don't think I can do this with my mic on.
I can take it or switch it up.
Should we do that, Jake? Should we
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
just put it in my front pocket.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Roping gloves. They're white, they're cotton, they're loose. Why is that good? Slides?
You know, I don't actually know. I've never worn them. I've only ever just worn leather gloves like you have.
All right.
All right. So right now you want to drop a coil, the one that's closest to you. Perfect. And now, take it out like this and flip it over like that. Yep. And now you can exactly.
Okay, good.
Yep. And now you've lost that kink that was in between.
Right. I gotta tell you, electrical cords and hoses, I can't do it. So let's see what happens. So
come over to this side here.
This can be a lot bigger.
Yep. That looks pretty good. Yeah. And now that's your spoke. Perfect.
My spokes, my coils, my loop.
Now you're ready to learn how to swing it. That's all right.
What happened?
You came over your coil. You've got a little bit of slack right here,
Okay.
and so just mind that as you start it. There you go. So maybe just you can pull some of that through, perhaps.
Then I do this.
Nope. No, you just kinked it up. There you go. So now start in front of you. Keep it all in front of this little bit of slack here.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. And just keep that up. Bend your elbow to be a 90. There you go.
Yeah, you know what? But the thing to do is to sit here and just do this.
Yeah, it really is helpful. Starting it is really half the battle, because if you don't start it right, it can kind of mess up the first couple swings. Not bad. Not bad. You flicked it a little bit. Either just bring it forward and let it go, or throw it. One of the two.
Let go or throw, but don't flick.
Right.
So we were talking about chinks yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to, okay.
Yep. Now watch this. Yeah, there you go. Flip it back on over this way.
I cheated.
Oh, no. We have to go backwards. There we go. You were right before.
Thank you. So we're talking about chinks, which are a kind of riding shaft. And I've always wanted some.
They're short. They just come below the knees a little bit.
Fringe and
Yeah.
cool.
Really nice for summertime riding.
So I got my federal tax return back, and I thought, wow.
You got money back this year? Man, I owed the government.
Oh, need my accountant. No, so I went down and I almost got some. The story is going somewhere. But I was smart enough not to spend $400. So but they were cool.
Yeah.
But ropes are a lot less expensive.
A whole lot less expensive.
And that would give me my cowboy fix.
What's going on is this slack here between your coils and your loop.
Too much slack.
No, it's fine. I mean, you could have that touching the floor if you wanted to, but you're bringing it up with you, kind of as you're starting your toss, and you're not keeping your hands loose enough, so it's causing it to get wrapped around your head. There you go. That's looking good. Keep your elbow at a 90. Awesome. And now once it's behind you, just bring your arm forward like a baseball and let it go. Nice. Woo! Well done.
All right. I don't think I'm going to try the other throws. I think I'll do this one.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to start. Everyone starts with the overhand.
All right. Wow. I'm getting a rope.
Awesome.
So are there any questions, comments, rude remarks?
Yeah, I'll give this back to you.
Not yet. So I did good, right?
You did great.
A lot of supportive remarks. Thank you. Thank you. I bet we have a couple of horses you could rope off of. We have some quiet horses next week, maybe.
Desensitize them a little bit first and see how they're okay.
We'll try first. We won't just put you on. I'll put you on the horse that we like to call dementia, and we'll just see how that goes. No, we've got horses at Monty, right? Jake, Monty wouldn't care.
Right.
We'll try that. Nothing. No comments? Questions? Huh? Were you a teacher?
Teacher for what? Like
You just are good at this.
Oh no. I grew up in Massachusetts and moved away in 2015. But before I did that, I got a degree in business administration. Believe it or not. But aside from that, I've got two younger brothers. How about that one?
Okay.
I taught my brothers.
And I know at Paws Up, you as a wrangler, you spend evenings sitting around campfires with your guests.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you teach
active with around the clientele in that sense, and people have a lot of questions about riding.
Did you ride horses in Massachusetts?
For about a year, and it just wasn't what I wanted because I was stuck inside of a small corral, and There's just not enough land.
So
So
wow, so you moved to
I moved
Montana
out
two
here.
years ago. Look at him. It happens. It happens to the best of us. We go to the dark side.
Dark side.
Very nice. Any other questions about Tracy's great. We wish he could stay, but no.
I have to go back to my other job
Yeah.
April 1st.
April 1st. So we only have until April 1st. So make that list
Yeah.
long.
Half a month left.
Because he's really doing us doing good by us. You really are. I think we're probably out of time too. Are we close? All right. Well, thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
I had fun. It's nice to
It's fun,
do
right?
something different like this. Yeah.
So I will be going to Murdoch's my next trip to Missoula, and I will be getting a rope. It's a lot less expensive than Chinks.
I got mine for $100 at Crazy Horse.
I was just at Crazy Horse. No.
Yeah.
Because the smalls.
Yeah.
It's a whole sizing thing too. Anyway, okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I know that Angsa is watching from Hungary, which is very cool.
Cool.
And the rest of you are scattered here and about. But thanks for joining us. I'll see you next week when I hope to have Sandy back. She had bronchitis, but I think she's on the mend. And that's all for today from Dunrovin Ranch. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
bye, everybody.